Hey guys, welcome back. This is Dylan and Lizzie here for Fast Mass Bodybuilding's nutrition coaching call. We are here to help you master your nutrition. And to do so, we're going to teach you structure. We're going to help you structure your plan, structure your day so you can continuously make progress. No more falling off and restarting and then falling off, but continuously hitting the grindstone, making the progress that matters so you can build the physique of your dreams. So we're going to get into that today. But before that, I want to start with an analogy to lay the groundwork here. And really, the analogy I want to use is building a brick wall. So I first heard this analogy by Will Smith. He talked about how you build a brick wall is not by going out and saying, okay, I'm just going to build the biggest wall ever. You don't do that. You could, but you're going to fail probably. You're going to be so overwhelmed, and it's going to be such a hard thing to do, a hard task to do. And you're going to inevitably fall off. You're going to give up, right? Because if you're overwhelmed, you're going to be confused. You're going to feel like you don't have motivation. You don't have anything going for you. So you're just going to give up and do what's comfortable, do what's easy, and fall back into your old ways. In order to be consistent and to stay on top of things, to build that brick wall, that perfect, amazing brick wall, you need to focus on one brick at a time. So what do? You take one brick, you put that brick down, you make sure it's perfect, you make sure it's centered and it's in line with the foundation. You just put the spackle stuff on it, you make sure that one's set, you put the next one down, and then so on and so on. So you take each brick and you build that wall slowly, consistently, and surely. All right, you know your time frame, you stay consistent, you know what you need to do for each one. And this is how you lay a proper brick wall. Because eventually, if you just focus on one at a time, you're going to build the most beautiful, most symmetrical, perfect brick wall. And it's going to seem effortless. You're just going to focus on one step at a time rather than the big picture. All right. And so let's dive into that. Let's focus on what you need to do to create structure. We're going to show you how to build that brick wall in your life.
Right. That was awesome. Great analogy. I really like that. So I'm going to kind of break that analogy apart for you guys. So in the past couple of weeks, we have pretty much laid out a good structure plan for you guys to follow a good, healthy meal plan. We've helped you guys start from the beginning with the detox, and then we moved into reintroducing foods back in. Then we talked about how to be successful. Now it's time to create a structure within this plan. So we're going to start from the ground up. You can have a plan in mind, you can have a goal in mind, but if you don't have any discipline, it will never, ever, ever be sought out. You will never finish it. You're going to fall off. You're going to give up. It's not going to be something you stick to. Discipline is one of the most hardest things that people actually are really good at. Creating discipline takes a lot of work. If you had discipline, you wouldn't need me. You wouldn't need Dylan. You wouldn't need doctors. Wouldn't need a lot of things. You would be able to follow a meal plan, no problem. You'd be able to work out when you knew you needed to, and you'd be able to stay healthy to where you didn't need medication. So we would be out of jobs. A lot of us would be if everybody had discipline. But because we don't all have discipline, this is what we're here for. We're here to teach you discipline, help create discipline in your life. And when you have discipline, it can trickle into other aspects. So let's say you do have really good discipline and you can follow a meal plan and you can do a workout plan like you're supposed to. Well, that can fall into other aspects. Let's say you're really bad at budgeting. Well, you may be good at budgeting now, or you may be able to create a new budgeting plan for yourself because you know you have discipline now. So you know you're able to control your spending. So discipline is a really, really, really important aspect to have when it comes to following a nutrition plan and an exercise plan. So let's go ahead and talk about the fact that motivation doesn't actually exist. A lot of people rely on that to go work out. They rely on that to eat healthy. I haven't been motivated since 2016. I'm gonna tell you that much right now. I have to tell myself it's time to go to the gym. I have to tell myself you have to eat this. It's healthy. So I struggle just as much as you do, except I make a choice and I choose to eat this and I choose to work out this and I choose to go whether I want to or not. So that is creating discipline. And then with discipline comes habit. Eventually, it's not something you'll really have to think about. It's something that'll come to you. You'll know that, oh, this is my third time this week eating steak and potatoes, but I'm so used to it. It's not something I think about. Or this is your 7 months in a row where you've gone to the gym every Wednesday and did legs. It's not something that you really think about. It's just a part of your life. It becomes a habit. So with discipline, it creates other parts. That's something like stuff like habits where you don't really have to think about it anymore. But you have to start with discipline first. So when you have discipline, it's easier for you to follow a plan, whether it's finances, whether it's getting up early in the morning, working out, or eating healthy.
Mm,
So
that's good. With that,
that's
I just
number
want to add one thing, guys. That's brilliant what Lizzie said, and I hope you realize that. I really hope you do, because motivation is not something you have before you start. That's not what happened. Motivation is dead in that sense. But motivation is something that happens as a byproduct. All right. You don't get motivated to go do something. You think about the reason why you need to do something. You think about, okay, I need to start eating healthy because I have to hit this goal. Okay, if I don't start doing this now, then it's going to cause so much more time, stress, pain, and I'm going to be stuck in this situation, and I don't want to do that anymore. So that should be your driving factor. Rely on your why, not motivation. All right. Does that make sense? So you're relying on your why to provide motivation, right? But not relying on motivation as your push factor. Okay. You will get motivation if you fall in love with the process of doing. All right. If you fall in love with the process of action, because the way our brains work, and not to go into the whole science of this because we're sticking on nutrition here, but the way our brains work with dopamine provides motivation, but you only receive dopamine and get released dopamine in your brain when you are taking action, when you're physically moving, when you're doing the work. That's when motivation comes, because motivation is a byproduct of dopamine. It's that feel good sense. It's that makes you want to do more. That's what happens, guys. So you don't get motivation before, it comes as a byproduct after and while you're doing the process. So make sure you know that. Rely on discipline, not motivation. Brilliant, Lizzie.
absolutely,
Brilliant.
absolutely. Nicely worded. Nicely worded.
Mm,
Yeah, that's actually a really, really good point. It is true. Motivation can come along after you've already started your journey because you fall in love with the process. You want to be there. You want to see success. You want to see results. So it does
mm,
become a byproduct of the actual discipline aspect. So that's the first thing. Number two would be consistency. So we have discipline now. You go to the gym, you eat healthy, but you're struggling with being consistent with it. So let's say the first week you work out 3 times and you follow your meal plan 6 days a week. Second week you work out twice, you follow your meal plan 3 times a week. And the third week you work out 1 time and you follow your meal plan 1 day a week. Well,
mm,
that's not consistent and it can
mm,
create problems within your body as well. So your body will get confused. It can also be a part of yo-yo dieting, which is never successful when you do stuff like that. And then when you're not consistent with your workouts, you're going to be sore every single time. And so
mm,
soreness, honestly, I'm going to make this a good point right here. Soreness does not indicate a good workout. So just because you're
mm,
sore every time doesn't mean you're killing it in the gym. It could just be that you're being inconsistent and you're starting over every time essentially because your body, you wait too long in between breaks, you take too long in between working out legs, and then you wait 2 weeks later to work out legs because you're not consistent. So it creates a new soreness every time because it's like starting over. So, and I'm not
mm,
saying if you're sore that you didn't have a good workout. I'm saying that you can be sore due to lack of consistency as well.
mm.
So
It's a very
being
important
consistent
point.
is super important. It helps your body not be as confused whenever you are working out. Your body's getting used to what you're doing, and it's like, okay, this is a part of my life now. This is something we've been doing every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This is
Mm,
something I'm getting used to. This is something that I feel like I can tolerate more. And so eventually your body you won't be as fatigued because initially starting working out, it's going to be hard. You're tired all the time, but eventually your body gets used to what you're doing and you do create a habit. And then when you
mm,
create this habit, when you don't work out, you're like, man, I'm very tired. I don't know what to do with myself. And I feel like I'm really bored. I feel like I didn't do anything today. So eventually your body looks forward to that movement
mm,
and you feel like you're being lazy when you're not working out. It's just a sad byproduct of it, honestly. But anyway, consistency is very important. And when you want to be successful on a plan, because without consistency, it's hard to be successful. Yeah, if the discipline's there, that's fantastic. I'm glad you have the discipline, but you have to stay consistent with it. Without
yep.
consistency, discipline will fall off. So you
Yep.
have to, two of those have to go together. They have to be a part of it. So if
Mm,
you told yourself you're going to work out 3 times a week, work out 3 times a week. If you told yourself you're going to work out every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, work out every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, no excuses,
mm,
do it. If you told
yep.
yourself you're going to follow your meal plan 6 days a week, follow your meal plan 6 days a week. No excuses, just do it. You have to stay consistent. You have to create a habit. Otherwise, you're going to start over all the time. You're going to be those people who are like, okay, well, I fell off, time to get back on. I fell off, time to get
Mm,
back on. And it's back and forth, back and forth. And you never truly
yep.
see results because you can't stay consistent. So
Yep.
consistency is the second most important thing.
And those
Absolutely.
people that do that, those people that fall off, restart, fall off, restart, If you look deep into their life, first of all, how you do anything is how you do everything. Second of all, they are clear as day not setting high standards for themselves. They're accepting defeat before they even start. They already know deep in their subconscious that they're going to stop, they're going to fall off, they're going to fail, they're going to stay inconsistent, and they're going to retract back into their comfort zone. They already know that before they start. So that's why they're okay with doing this yo-yo back and forth, starting and then stopping, starting and stopping, because they're okay with comfort and they do not set high standards for themselves. But that's not you. Not this time, not anymore. Anyway, you set high standards for yourself. You hold that commitment to yourself. Because why is that so important? It's because of the individual you're becoming. It's not just about nutrition here. It's not just about making sure you get the right meals in. This is about developing your character, developing your honor, developing your value system. Set high standards for yourself, draw that hard boundary, and do not cross it ever. All right. Make sure your family knows and your friends and everybody around you knows this is your boundary. I'm not crossing it. And they will respect you. They'll help you. And you'll see something crazy here. You'll see once you draw that boundary, the universe will make sure that you achieve your success, that you fall in line and don't fall off. It's the strangest secret in the world right there. I swear, but it works. And that goes along with, say, with building that brick wall. You have to have that consistency to keep laying bricks. Otherwise, you're going to lay a brick one day and then come back a week later and it's just going to be broken. You're going to forget how to do it. You're going to forget things. You have to restart. You're losing your momentum. All right. That's why we stay consistent. We build momentum, just like a snowball rolling down a hill, gaining more and more snow, building more and more size. It's all about building momentum. That's how you make this consistency game so easy. You won't even have to think about it. Eventually, it'll be just so much momentum. It's just who you are. You build the habit. You build the success habit. You set a new standard for yourself and you become something new.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is true. So consistency is the second most important thing. And then last, but definitely not least, the last one that I wanted to discuss with you guys is a time frame. Okay, great. You have consistency, you have discipline now. Now you need to create a time frame for yourself. Let's say you're trying to lose 30 pounds. Great. When are you wanting to lose those 30 pounds? Let's say you're trying to build 10 pounds of muscle. Great. How long do you think that's going to take you? And are you going to, when's your end date for that? Or let's say you're just trying to lean up, or you're trying to feel better overall, or you're trying to get off medication, whatever your reasoning may be behind any of this, you have to set a goal and a time frame for yourself. So let's say your goal is to lose 30 pounds. And let's say you got the discipline, you got the consistency, but you don't give yourself a time frame. So you're like, I'll lose 30 pounds eventually. So what happens is you are going to give yourself slack when you do that. You are going to allow yourself to become too relaxed. You are going to allow yourself to have more cheat meals. You are going to allow yourself to work out less because you don't really have an end time frame. You don't have an end goal. You're just like, I'm losing a pound a month. I'll get there in 12 months. I'll lose my 30 pounds in a year. Well, 30 pounds should happen way sooner than a year. So if your goal is to lose 30 pounds, you need a time frame. Keep yourself accountable. Don't give yourself that slack, whenever you are trying to reach a goal. So let's say you are trying to lose 30 pounds, give yourself 4 months to do it. Give yourself an end date, write it down, look at it every day, whatever you need to do, but give yourself a time frame and make it happen. Without a time frame, you get relaxed, you give yourself slack, you allow yourself to fall off. Then its consistency goes away because you're like, I've lost 10 pounds. I got 20 more to go. I got to the end of the year. I'm good. So you start to get relaxed and then you fall off, and then the discipline goes away because you were too relaxed. So all of it can fall apart without these three important parts to the structured plan. So time frame is just as important as discipline, and it's just as important as consistency, because if you don't have an end goal, then what's the point in doing it in the first place? If you're trying to lose 30 pounds and you don't have a time frame to do it, then that could last 10 years. You need to have a time frame. So you need to create yourself a date if you need to. If you can't do a date, if that's too structured for you, do a week thing, do a month thing, whatever you need to do. Like, let's say you want to lose it by December. Let's say you want to lose it by the end of the month, the end of the week of December. Let's say you want to lose it by December 30th. Whatever it may be to help you stay on track. A time frame is very, very important. You have to have it in order to follow something. And this is how you build a structure. So whether you're writing it down, putting it in your phone, building a vision board, whatever you need to do, the time frame needs to exist along with consistency and along with discipline. That's how you build a structure.
That's good. You know, there's a quote. It says, "You will take as much time to do something as you will allocate yourself to do it." Right? If you say, "All right, I got to clean my room. I got all week," you're gonna wait until the end of the week to clean your room. This is psychology. This is proven in a lab. Studies have shown that this is just how our brains work. So if you set a good time, you set a hard time, you're gonna get the job done in that time frame. You don't set a time, you're never going to get the job done. It's black and white. It's that simple, guys. That simple.
Absolutely. And it's in our human nature. There's not no fault of you. Everybody does it. You know, this is why it's important to set time frames. This is why you have to write things down. This is why you have to give yourself dates. This is why dates and appointments exist in the first place. If you just said, like, if you could walk in everywhere you went, you would never go. If you didn't have to set doctor's appointments, you would walk in every time eventually, or maybe you'd never go at all. If you didn't have to set appointments for a dentist, maybe you would never get your teeth cleaned. You know, appointments exist for a reason. You know, that's the time frame. You're going to show up at this time and you're going to get this done at this time on this day. So if appointments didn't exist, a lot of places would be out of business because people wouldn't hold themselves accountable. And let me tell you, there are plenty of people out there that still don't do this. And this is why cancellation fees exist because people say they're going to show up and then they don't. So there's always repercussions behind things. And in this case, the repercussion is you don't follow your plan, you fall off of your plan, you lose your discipline, you lose your motivation, you lose your consistency, you lose momentum. So a time frame is super, super important. And that's what creates all the structure. You need those three things to create structure in this plan. So you already know how to be successful. You already know what you can and can't eat. And you already know the process of detoxing your body. You already know how you felt when you did the detox, and you already know what foods that you reintroduced back into your life didn't sit well with you. So you got everything you need. You have the blueprints to all of this. Now you just have to actually do it, you know. And we completely believe in you. We think you can create this discipline, create this consistency, and create this time frame. But if you have to write it down, if you have to look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself this every single day that you're going to do it, do it. Do whatever works for you. But you got to make it happen either way.
Speak it into existence, guys. It's the only way to do it. Good stuff, guys. Well, take this information. Now we have given you the tools. All right. So now you are fully capable of taking this upon yourself and crushing your goals. So we expect the best out of you. We expect high things from you. So don't disappoint. And with that being said, we are still here to help you. And thank you guys for joining us on this nutrition mastery call. We hope this groundwork, this foundation, if you will, it's going to help you build your brick wall. It's going to help you build the best brick wall ever. And it's going to help you create so much structure in your life that you're never going to fall off again. And even if you do, you're going to jump right back in. See, there's another term. It's called bounce back ability. It's your ability to bounce back, even if that inevitable fall off time happens. That truly determines how successful you can become. So thank you guys again for joining us today. We are so humble and so grateful to have you joining us, watching this video, learning this knowledge, and crushing your meal plan to build the body of your dreams. So this is Fast Mass Bodybuilding's nutrition coaching call. Thank you again, and we'll see you next time.
Hi guys, thank you for watching this video. I am so honored to be here, to be your guide, and to help you build the body of your dreams. If you found this video useful, if you liked it, share it with a friend, hit the subscribe button, hit the like, smash the bell so you can get notified when we create more muscle building content so you can learn the keys and the fundamentals of success. Thank you guys again for watching this, and I'll see you in the next one.